Welcome. In this video, I'm going to go over how to add a client in CAREWare through RWISE Viewer. As you may be aware, it is critical for subrecipients to input accurate client information into the system to report precise information to the Ryan White Services Report, also known as the RSR. The Office of HIV funds several providers to serve people living with HIV under the Ryan White Part A program and ending the HIV epidemic services. All client information is stored in CAREWare. Please note that RWISE Viewer and CAREWare communicate in real time. Client information entered and updated in RWISE Viewer reflects in CAREWare. Anytime a provider adds a client or submits client-level data and demographics into RWISE Viewer, that information is immediately added to CAREWare's central administration. Imagine for a minute that all client information is stored in a big bucket. The smaller buckets represent the other agency's domains. Dr. Checks It All is a new Ryan White Part A and EHE provider. For reporting purposes, he and his team will need to enter client information to his clinic's domain. This is an example of the information that will need to be supplied to satisfy all client-level data elements to complete your RSR. When adding a new client, keep in mind that though this client may be new to your agency, it is likely that the client already has a record in central administration from a prior visit at another in-network funded agency. To avoid client duplication, use the client's eligibility form to enter client verification criteria from your home page. Any partial information supplied here will help CAREWare identify the client and will also avoid client duplication. If the client's record or similar record is found, you will receive a list of generated possible matches. To view more information, click Select. Upon clicking Select, the following screen will ask you to confirm if this is the same client or if this is a new client. To avoid duplicating a client, check other identifiable data elements, such as their address, phone number, ethnicity, and race. This process involves human review to identify matches. If a client record cannot be found, click on New Search and proceed with adding the client by entering the remaining fields. The gender section will ask you to identify your client's gender from a list of 7 choices. You will not be able to advance to another screen until the following designated fields are filled. Once the information is supplied, select Add Client. Let's take a minute to go over URN information. URNs are calculated by CAREWare and are shared with providers that serve the same clients. URNs consist of the first and third characters of the first and last names, followed by the client's date of birth and gender code. The U at the end of all URNs stands for unique. Let's inspect what the gender code is all about. A1 communicates that a client is a male. A 2, a client is a female. A 3 indicates transgender other. A 4 states transgender male to female. A 5, transgender female to male. A 6 indicates that a client refused to report. And a 9 means the client selected unknown. Congratulations! Now you know how to search for a client in the system, add a client to your domain, how to avoid creating a duplicate client, and how to read a URN. If you accidentally duplicate a client, please contact Triumph immediately by submitting a support request using the link below.